All right, here we are in lesson 17, the last lesson of module 2. And we're continuing to work with word problems involving addition and subtraction of fractions and mixed numbers, and making line plots by representing data sets with fractions, and analyzing data and solving problems. So here we go. And we're going to start with a little video. All right, so all you need to do is watch the video. All right. So hopefully you noticed that there were several different measurements. Oh, I was trying to get the measurements to stay on the screen for us there. You can notice that there are several different measurements of liquid, and you might have seen that they're all less than 1 cup, all the way down to 1/4 of a cup. All right. On page 151 in your in your Learn book, I want you to tear out the line plot. You'll find on page 151 a blank line plot, and go ahead and tear it out. If you can't get it done that quickly, then pause me and get it torn out. It already has the numbers on there and the title and the units, so that's really nice. And you can see that we're counting by eighths, but some of the measurements are labeled like fourths because 1/4 is the same as 2/8, right? So they're already set up in order for us. Now what we need to do is we need to record on that line plot the measurements that we have. And we can see that we have 3 here that are all 1/4. So on your line plot where it says 1/4, you're going to put 3 X's right on top of each other. I'll just model that for you really quick. 1/4, 3 X's, and you want to make sure your X's the same size, right? There we go. Make all your X's the same size so that your graph will turn out. And then next, you can see there 1, 2, 3. Those are eighths. So next we have 3/8. So please put an X for 3/8. And then our next one is 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see 5/8. So we have 1. That's 5/8. None that are 1/2. So we're skipping the 1/2. And then our next measurement, you can see there. That's another 5/8. So another X for 5/8. And then our next measurement is 3/4. So 1 X for 3/4. And then our final measurement is 7/8 right there. So please put an X for 7/8. Now you might notice that some of them look like they're a little bit less because water has this thing called a meniscus, and it's when you the water actually dips down at the surface tension. So sometimes it may look a little bit less than it really is. That's why you get down next to it when you measure it and measure it straight across. All right, so now we have our line plot. Make sure that you have it plotted. If not, you might need to rewind. And let's watch the next video. There's your line plot from page 151. Make sure you're filling it out. Okay, now you might notice something different about this. All of the amounts are the same. The water has been redistributed so that every cup has the same amount. And in today's lesson, we are going to determine how to equally redistribute data shown on a line plot. So we're going to be redistributing our data. Okay, so let me just move this a little bit. And we're going to look at some blocks. How many measurements did we have on our line plot? We had 8 measurements, and our goal is to equally redistribute the liquid so that each measuring cup contains the same amount. We're going to use blocks instead of liquid, so we don't need to worry about spills or anything like that. And we're going to use 1/8. Let's see if I can get this a little bit, no. Sorry, it's just trying to get it a little bit higher for you there. I can move that. There we go. All right, so each block is 1/8, and these are exactly the same as the liquids. They should be exactly the same as your line plot as well. You can see we have 3 that are 2/8, and then we have 1 that's 3/8. You see the 3. And then we have 2 that are 5/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 that's 3/4, which is the same as 6/8, and 1 that's 7/8. All right. Now, how can we redistribute these so that each set of blocks is the same amount? Could we just take the ones from the larger and put them on the smaller until they're all even? That's a possibility. Could we take them all apart and then put them back together so that we still have 8 stacks, but we could distribute them evenly? We could count them all and then divide by 8. Those are all good possibilities, right? And here's what they would look like. Yeah, look at that. There's 4/8 in each one. All right. What would the line plot look like? Look at that. They are all 1/2, right? They're all 4/8, which is 1/2. And there's our new line plot. Okay. So our goal was to redistribute all the liquids so that each container has the same amount. What do you think the word redistribute means? Redistribute. Could mean to share equally. It could mean to pass out again, right? To give it out again in equal parts this time. All right. Thank you so much for your kind attention. I'll see you on the next video. Aloha.